We've had some questions about fluid disposal and what we do with the different fluids, because there's so many fluids that come in a car, like coolant, brake fluid, and hydraulic fluid, oil. What do we do with it? Oils, like brake fluid, hydraulic fluid, gear oil, things like that. Anything that isn't coolant or fuel can go in this basin right here, and it can all intermix and do its thing. And then we'll actually drain this in a bulk container that we have outside. Our oil filters, we have a drain tray right here. We'll poke a hole in the oil filters and we'll let them drain for a minimum of 24 hours. 48 hours is preferred, but 24 hours usually gets the filter completely drained. We also have different buckets that we use for oils or coolants. This green bucket, we coolant only. So when we drain a vehicle, we'll let it drain into this bucket, and then we have a container outside that we'll dump the coolant into. And same with this. This can catch oils, brake fluid, hydraulic fluid, anything of that nature. We'll go walk outside. I'll show you where we keep it. So this is the oil basin. This is where those big red cylinders that you saw earlier, we'll drain it into here with compressed air. This is our fuel container. This contains any contaminated fuel, diesel, gas. It's actually more expensive to get this tank pumped out than it is to fill my car. So that's kind of crazy to think about. And then coolant, we keep the used coolant, and all of this stuff to dispose of, we do have to pay for. There's a fee that the company charges us, and there are different companies for each container too. We call a different company for the coolant, we call a different company for the fuel, and we call a different company for the oil. Okay, so what do I do if I've made a mess with oil on my floor? I can't just dump it into my drain because that's against the law. So here's what we have to take care of that problem. We have this stuff over here, and we call it coconut husk, and it comes in these great big bags, so there's a lot of it. But what this will do is it'll actually absorb the oil off the ground. So you can see it already kind of picking it up. You just sprinkle a little bit of that on there. I've cleaned up big messes with this stuff before. It's actually really effective. I really like it. But I'll just sprinkle this coconut husk on my mess, and I'll let it sit there for about 5 to 10 minutes to let it absorb, and then I'll just sweep it up. Some of it's reusable. A lot of the stuff, like the bottom layer, you kind of have to throw away, but I can probably use this little patch of coconut husk 3 to 4 times, depending on the size of the mess. So this stuff has been a lifesaver, keeping the floors clean and keeping it out of the drains.